here, back again with another video for you guys. And guys, I want to start this video off by first saying how sorry I am for not uploading. I know it's been a while since I uploaded. I think it's been about 3 days, and I'm very sorry, guys. It's just been some stuff's been getting in the way. You know, I have school and everything too, so it's just been, stuff's been getting in the way. So I am very sorry for that. But I promise I'll be back on my normal schedule for recording and uploading and everything. I'm gonna start that back up again. Alright, guys, so don't you worry about that. I promise I will start that back up again. So on to today's news story. Alright, guys, so today I was reading an article on GameSpot about Sega and how they're starting to pull games from their from the app stores, from app stores, Google Play, and all that stuff. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about that and what I think about it. So here's what happened. So on May 8th, because this is like a couple days later after this was on GameSpot. On May 8th, Sega announced that they were going to be pulling some games from the App Store, and I semi quote because it's not an exact quote, but they said something like, "We want to do this because for a better user experience for the people that download our games." And so that's what they basically said for why they're pulling down the games. So I want to talk a little bit about that, what I think, and where I think Sega's going with this, and how all that stuff. So let's start off. So when Sega first announced this and I read it, it just I immediately knew what was happening, and it was very sad to immediately know what was actually happening, because Sega, and it's not even a surprise because this has been happening before too. I mean, is it really a surprise that this is happening? No, it's not. And it's very sad, okay? And here's the reason I say that. Sega was like the Sony and Microsoft. I mean, no, not just Sega. Nintendo and Sega back then were like the Sony and Microsoft of today. Okay, they were fierce competitors, and they tried whatever they could, well, in the game market at least. Now Microsoft and Sony, they have other stuff beyond that, but we're talking about game markets right now. Sega and Nintendo were like the Sony and Microsofts of today, because they were fierce competitors. They came out with consoles with each generation, and they tried to get the most sales, and that's what you expect from business. You expect them to fight for profit. And it's very sad to see that Sega is now just crashing, and they're gonna be like Radio Shack very, very soon. They're gonna file for bankruptcy, and they're gonna be out. And it's hard, it's hard to imagine, cause really, Sega was one of those companies that you never expected to go down. Really, it was a company back then, and now I'm only 12, okay, and I wasn't alive when all this was happening, when Sega was at its high point. But my point is, I have played Sega games, and I played Nintendo, or I played old school Nintendo games, I played old school Sega games, I played on old school consoles, and I liked them. And Sega was a very good, they were very good at what the games they did make. So you never really expected them to go down when they were up back in the, back in the 19, when we're, I can't even say the exact dates. Oh, there's tons of comments down there saying douchebag and everything. I'm sorry, guys, I told you I'm only 12. I don't know that much, I don't know everything, like, but forget about that. Okay, the point is that even though they made mistakes, you really didn't expect them to go down. Like, look at Sony. Okay, let's look at Sony, for example. PS3 launch, when they launched, oh my god, it was terrible. Now, I never owned a PS3, but the launch, I saw the E3 thing, it was fucking terrible, alright? I can believe they launched it like that. And I was surprised at the turnaround they did make with the PS3 Slim, then they add this and drop the price. And near the end of that console generation cycle, well, not totally near the end, it's like halfway through or so, they made a huge turnaround, and they were at a point where it was actually it actually beat the Xbox 360 in sales, not by a whole lot, but it still beat them, which was very surprising. And it was pretty cool to see how they turned around. But Sega, man, they I don't know, they really did hurt themselves a whole lot. And I think part of the reason for why this is happening to Sega now is because they really were stubborn. Because like they try to sell all these add-ons too. I can't remember what console was too. I can't remember right now. But wasn't it like some 32X add-on to some console? I can't remember right, guys. Leave that down in the comments if you know. But it was something like that, and it was very um it was stupid. It was just plain out stupid. Now, people could argue, well, that's what other companies do today. They sell accessories. I get that they sell accessories, but they're not selling an accessory for a console to try to just tell you that's a new console. You get what I mean? It's hard to describe what Sega did. Um, I, I don't know, man. I feel so sad that Sega's going to crash, and it's hard to take in sometimes. Um, I think that was all for today, guys. So, guys, this is Zane of Technicality News, and um, yeah, guys, that's all for today. So, I will see you guys next time. Peace.